Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have any questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached.
Around?
That is one of the ways. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those of you that need instant gratification in this millennial-based world. And of course, the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod. That's SKIMPOD. For the more patient amongst you, which is none of us, let's be honest, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again, being spelled with a K. We're also available via Apple Podcast, something I've never heard of, Stitcher Radio. Are any of you still using that shit? TuneIn Radio, whatever the fuck that is, I couldn't tell you. Google Play, I've heard of that. I don't use it, but if you do, thank you. Spotify, now that one I use, so find us on there. I know we're on there. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Now I ask that you please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show, because honestly, I don't do that shit. And I need someone to pick up my slack. Now, I hear that there is a group of people here that collectively discuss music, and they provide for you, yes you, a pod called Cast. It's a musical discussion show built on a hip-hop foundation, which seems to be what makes the musical world turn these days, and I hear it's pretty swell. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and your host, Internet's Tasty Tayrell 713.
So, I typed a text to a girl I used to see saying that I chose this cutie pie with whom I want to be. And I'll apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC'd every girl that I CC around town. And I hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me true, but I'm no island. Peninsula maybe. It makes no sense, I know crazy. Give up all this pussy cat that's in my lap, no looking back. Spaceships. Don't come equipped with rearview mirrors. They dip as quick as they can. The atmosphere is now ripped. I'm so like a pimp. I'm glad it's night. So the light from the sun would not burn me on my bum. When I shoot the moon, high jump the broom. Like a preemie out the womb, my partner yelling too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some litter. Chore on the subject, you sure?
Fuck it.
You know you got your back like chiropractic. If that bitch do you dirty, we'll wipe her ass out as in detergent. Now hurry. Go on to the altar. I know you ain't a pimp, but pimp, remember what I taught you. Keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Hey, keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart. And these girls are smart 3 stacks. These girls are smart. Play your part. Play your part.
Sweet Jones.
And that shit, that Sweet Jones, man, that track dropped so good. Word to that. Who is that? That's 666, but really I can't remember who from 666 did that track.
I'm not sure. What, DJ Paul?
I think it might be a DJ Paul track. You know what I'm saying? He made that originally, so.
I had never heard any of that until, like, the last 3 words. And, like, I heard that in, like, a, one of those mashup songs where, like, they take, like, parts from all the different, like, popular songs and put it together with, like an EDM techno type of beat.
Yeah, it's like girl talk type shit.
Yeah, girl talk. It was that. It's girl talk. Like, the song started out with, like, play your part. My bitches choosing, never fuck without a rub. Yeah.
I think your homework should be to listen to the whole song.
That
it's
shit
a good song.
Is like, well, I think, not that we didn't know 3 Stacks was a dope ass MC, but I feel like everybody got on board on that particular verse. There's all like, wait a minute, what? Is that what he doing? Like, yeah, we've been known, y'all late, but welcome to it. It's a good part to be a part of. But hello and welcome to it. Stays Crunchy and Milk, episode 389. I'm joined by my best friends, Tatum216.
I'm here.
Lunchbox 2099.
Never fuck without a rub.
And my homeboy, the real ODP. He always fuck without a rubber. That was his thing.
Just like it went on top of the covers.
Just making babies. I'm gonna assume. Yeah. I'm gonna say he didn't fuck around with rubber in his married life. I hope he fucked with rubbers outside of that. I'm not certain. I just hope.
I know what a condom feels like.
Oh, the old lambskin broke that man's soul.
Have you guys ever used a lambskin condom before?
No.
You can get AIDS.
I mean, I know that, but I'm asking. Is that what stopped you from using one?
Correct. I was like, I'm not catching no fucking. I'm not going.
No, fuck that.
How I look, not getting you pregnant, but still catching fucking. You know what I'm saying? That HIV. Fuck that. No.
Eve.
My man Ant is wild sleepy, so I'm trying to hit this motherfucker running.
I'm good. I'm good, man.
I caffeinated tonight.
Oh, I took a half a caffeine pill earlier. I'm good.
First thing
I just got off a 12-hour shift and I'm drinking water.
Well, first thing I want to share with y'all is I'm drinking a pomegranate vodka gimlet. The ingredients are as follows: 2 ounces vodka, one lime juiced, 1 1/2 ounces pomegranate juice for garnish, which I didn't do.
Oh, my man Gabe, is that a limoncello LaCroix?
It is.
Oh, I see you two are a man of culture.
Yes.
I see you.
Well, for garnish, 2 to 3 thinly sliced lime rounds and 2 tablespoons of pomegranate arrows. Pomegranate arrows are the little things that you eat out the pomegranate. And again, I don't have any pomegranates in the house right now. I just had some pomegranate juice, some vodka, and some lime juice, and I put it to work. So that's what I'm sipping on.
I saw a meme the other day that was like a bowl of like little mini orange slices or whatever, and it said it was vegetarian shrimp.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I saw that too.
What do you think about that Reka?
Reka.
It's doing it. I don't drink vodka on the reg, so I don't know, but it's pretty good. It's real smooth.
I used to not exclusively, but mostly drink vodka.
Yeah.
Not that, even when I did drink it, not that I drank it a lot.
You was a Kettle One man, I recall.
I was a Kettle One man. Just because of, when you are a young man, you usually buy what women want to drink. So
They want that kettle from the Ukraine.
yeah, first it was Kettle One. Then it was it Belvedere before Kettle One? No, I think it was Belvedere first.
Okay.
Because of course that's what Benny Single said he drank when the club sold out and ain't no Belvedere. So that was first. And then when I started messing with older women, they was like, nah, we don't drink Belvedere, we drink Kettle One. I was like, shit, all right, let me get some of this Kettle One. And then after that was Grey Goose.
Okay.
And I remember I had must have got a tax return or some shit, but I had a bottle of Grey Goose that was at least 3 feet tall.
Oh, you got the Big John. We saw that at Costco.
That was the hot shit back in like the early to mid 2000s. I remember
that's
the
what
Grey
it was.
Goose and then the big bottles of it. Yeah,
it was very, very big, and I had it for far too long.
When our old security guard Cheryl quit at the office, I bought her a bottle of Grey Goose as a going away present. Because she protected me for like 15, 16, 17 years when she left.
She was a nice lady.
I felt like I need to send her off with a little something. So I bought her a bottle of Goose.
that was the desk lady, right?
Yeah. And like
She was cool.
She had been my desk lady since across the street. You know what I'm saying? They brought her over when we came. I was like, that's dope. Y'all brought Cheryl with us. Cool.
Yeah, because for the longest time, it was always what I'm going to go out, not even on the limb, go out and say old racist white man on the desk. And, everybody else would walk in like, come on, can I see your badge? I'm like, you just seen me walk out of here a few minutes ago. And I remember one of my friends called him out on it. And he was like, motherfucker, you was just in here sleeping. That's why you ain't see us. And then all of a sudden, Cheryl came.
Yeah.
And then everything changed after that. It was just like...
She was like everything you'd want in a security desk lady. Like, she was friendly to everybody in the building. She knew who everybody was and whether they were supposed to be there or not. And if you weren't supposed to be there, she let you know about it and she made you tell her why you were there.
Yeah.
But, like, if you were there, she treated you like you were her kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was so sweet, so friendly. Everybody else that came after her was either asleep, didn't care to do say anything, or would just chase. Like, I remember the one dude chased me down in the morning because I walked by the desk and he didn't see me flash my badge. Yeah. He literally got out from behind the desk and ran me down.
Jeez.
She also kept that thing on her. She wasn't supposed to, but she did. It was always there. So if it went sideways, Don't worry, it could have went sideways.
That's
God
funny.
bless her. All right.
She deserved. Sounds like she deserved the bottle of goose.
She, like I said, she'd been so dope, and for some reason, Vanessa got to know her. That's the way Vanessa, because Vanessa worked in our old building, had become the casino building, and so Cheryl would be over there sometimes, and so she knew her too, and so she like, I love Cheryl, blah 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 blah. So it's like it was just interesting that it worked out that way. So we came through on her. What we knew was her last day. I was actually off that day, and I came through and passed it all to her and told her I was gonna miss her, man, and to be well. So when she retired, good folk, man. Like I said, let me hit this ground run. I got some stories I'm going to read. With the exception of these first two stories, every story has come again from our newsman, Ant. Shouts out to him for always putting in the work.
I'm like that fat white man on Mary Hart.
What the fuck is my man's name?
Ed Asner.
Word up, Ed Asner. This is from the good people over at Scene. This is by Sam Allard. Shot to life, a dispatch from the Wolstein Center mass COVID vaccination site. Operation Magnus is now in full effect. This means 6,000 people per day are being vaccinated against COVID-19 at the Cleveland State University Wolstein Center. On the very same basketball court where the NCAA tourneys stamped Vikings clawed their way to 8 of their 16 regular season wins en route to a Horizon League championship. The mass vaccination site is the largest in Ohio and the only one sponsored by the federal government. It is already Northeast Ohio's marquee theater in what Governor DeWine has consistently characterized as a war with the coronavirus. DeWine has said he wants to vaccinate as many Ohioans as possible as soon as possible. Operation Magnus will help the state do so effectively, efficiently, and equitably. CSU President Harlan Sands, for the record, who last week got his presidential contract extended to 2026, appears to be the only local, state, or federal official referring to the efforts as Operation Magnus, bless his heart. We see no reason to not join him. That's all in parentheticals. I love that they added that to this article. The Wolstein site was selected by the state of Ohio with input from area health officials who were insistent on prioritizing access to via public transit and proximity to populations with above average social vulnerabilities as determined by the Centers for Disease Control. Of the 25,000 people who live within 1 mile of the Wolstein Center, 65% belong to historically marginalized communities. 45% live below the poverty line. The site was organized and assembled in a brisk 2 weeks with financial, logistical, and personal support from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. The support came courtesy of President Joe Biden, who has authorized a number of similar mass vaccination sites nationwide. The Wolstein site, or Megapod, with uniformed military personnel at every entrance, brings a taste of disaster relief to Northeast Ohio. By the end of its 8-week run, an estimated 210,000 people will have been vaccinated with either the 2-dose Pfizer or single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. That figure is over and above the weekly allotment of doses provided to the state by the feds. If you've registered for your shot by phone or online, the process at the Wolstein is designed to be fast and frictionless. If you need transportation, for example, you'll have access to a free all-day pass, which RTA has provided, with money from an ODOT grant, and which can be accessed by calling the United Way's 211 line. If you arrive by car, you'll park for free in a parking space at one of several lots in the immediate vicinity of the arena. Volunteers will be on hand providing directions and whisking vehicles through the entrances and exits. Depending on where you disembark, you'll take a free shuttle to the gates of the Wolstein, also provided by RTA and ODOT grant with ODOT grant money. You'll wait briefly in an outdoor line, get your temperature taken upon entry, and then process around the concourse and down to the arena's floor, where nearly 500 chairs have been set up at an appropriate physical distance. Once seated, one of 32 masked and uniformed soldiers tasked with administering the vaccine will arrive at your side and jab your arm. You'll wait 15 minutes to ensure that you're not experiencing any side effects. If you have questions and you don't speak English, on-site translators who speak Spanish, French, Russian, Arabic, and Mandarin can be summoned at a moment's notice. Once you're clear, you'll exit out the arena's other side. Another soldier will promptly disinfect your seat for the next in line. If you're receiving the Pfizer vaccine, you'll have been automatically scheduled for your second dose at roughly the same time on the same day, 3 weeks later. The site will administer the Johnson & Johnson vaccine during its final 2 weeks of operation. There's a little more than that, but I actually wanted to talk about this because this is where I got my COVID vaccination.
Same here.
My last week, as we recorded the show, I was trying to get an appointment through the state's website, and it just was working out. The next day, all day, Vanessa, my partner, just kept sending me, try here. Got close to getting one at Kroger out in Sandusky, but they didn't have second vaccine doses able to be scheduled, so I couldn't complete the process. And then it popped up that they were doing sign-ups at our a library branch near us. And I was like, went to the library branch. There was one person. No, there was nobody ahead of me. There were two people sitting at the desk. I walked up to the desk. The lady signed me up, was like, you want to do this today? And I'm like, no, but I will do it tomorrow. What do you have available? And she says, we have everything from the time they open up, which is like 8 a.m, until the time they close. And I said, we'll do 9 o'clock. I got there early, expecting it to be, problematic. But no, this is ruthlessly military efficiency in a way that is like shocking and amazing and makes you respect. If you don't respect the military, I would hope it give you a little more respect for them, because I parked my car. I was told to come across the street, go around the door, go around the corner over here, walk in there, hit me with the beam at the front door. Everybody who saw me said hello, how you doing, hey, hello, blah blah blah. So I showed love just all the way through the process.
That's nice. Get in with your overlords before they take us over.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I got in. I was in the second row there, because like they just said, it's like 500 seats. They're row by row by row. There's a front row, and I was in what would be either the first seat or the last seat, depending on which way you came in. A gentleman came to me and said, "Hey, who are you?" I gave my information, and turns out my name was misspelled. That's really more on me, because they actually gave me an opportunity to go at the library to check it, and I thought I had, but as it turned out, no, they had added an H in my name somewhere. An H of all letters. But still, it was cool. And he's like, okay, hey, we want to set your appointment up for the next one? I go, sure thing, same time. Yes, sir, that's fine. So my appointment is 3 weeks from now, on April 10th. All set up, and we were just sitting there waiting because my medic wasn't there. But then the medic showed up. Came through. Hey, is your left arm fine? I go, sure, left arm's fine. And literally, it's if you were to see it, it's just chairs lined up in a perfect row, 6 feet apart. On one side is a medic that's going to go down and give everybody shots going down this way. On one side is an officer who's going to schedule you for your next appointment. And like I said, just down the line, boop, 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 boop. But down the line, every line on every side, or throughout every row, there's, it's a two-man operation, two-person operation. Boom, 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 boom. It's fantastic. My arm did hurt, but I think my arm hurt because it was just a military medic who just wasn't trying to be a gentle soul and give me a nice shot. His ass was like, there you go, get on fucking out of here. I was wildly tired later in that day after getting the shot, which also apparently is a side effect. But I was fine after that, and the second shot is supposed to be a little more dramatic in its side effects, but also a short period of time. You're actually going to feel, the way they described it is, those who do get side effects basically feel like, wildly sick for 6 to 12 hours. And then it just goes away, and that's it, and you're vaccinated, but you're not fully inoculated. It takes about 14 days after having gotten both shots before you are fully inoculated against COVID, meaning you can't get sick from COVID. Doesn't mean you can't get COVID. And in fact, I read a story recently where a woman who had been fully vaccinated got COVID, took it home to her 99-year-old mama who has not been vaccinated and is in a state because her mama's 99 years old and has COVID now. And so don't think that this makes you, invulnerable. It doesn't. But it does mean you won't die from it. So don't go killing people around you because they didn't get their shit taken care of. Gabe, what was your experience on getting the shot, please?
Oh, very similar. A lot of people saying hi to me as I was walking by. I was kind of getting tired of it.
That is so you. That is about right.
I gotta say hi to everybody.
You don't. I do because I like
did.
it.
I did. It'd be rude not to.
Hey,
Two people on either side of me saying hi at the same time. I try to give them each their individual hi. Yeah, they're just being nice.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Did you give him the elbow like instead of high fives?
I just nodded.
Dope
Nodded at
nigga
him.
through them, bro.
You had to go big up as you walk through.
No, I get where he's coming from. We do the chameleon shit, where we pretend like we want to care and be there and say hello too.
Yes.
It's been so long since I've seen people, especially of this magnitude. I really truly was happy. Plus, I was getting my fucking vaccine. I was in a zone. I was like, hell yeah, hey to you too. What's going on, sir?
Well, there's a lot of walking in my knees. I got that bum knee right now.
I know. I understand.
When is my appointment for that, by the way? I can't even remember.
How'd you do on the stairs?
It hurt.
Yes, I trust as much. But did you do okay?
Yeah, it hurts more to take, at home I do the one thing where I walk
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, how do I explain it? Like you step down and I step my feet down to the same stair, and then I because I'm trying not to put too much weight on the knee. I can't, but I was trying to walk normal because I didn't want to make a spectacle of myself, so it hurts worse. And same thing. I felt tired the rest of the day, and it felt chilly and kind of sickly the next day.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get the sickly the next day. I actually was just fine the next day. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but, they're very efficient. It was very efficient, so I had to give it up.
Well, I'm like, okay, I see what y'all do. Y'all are ruthless, and I dig it. I like that kind of efficiency. It doesn't exist in most of the world. Efficient
and friendly. It's like an anti Popeyes.
The anti Popeyes. That might be your show title. And my man Dan got his shot. How you got a different vaccine than us and a different experience than us. How do you feel in general about getting a shot? I know you said last week you don't really truly don't care at this point, but I'm glad you got it, and so you care a little.
Dan's a regular Phil
when
Collins.
I said I didn't care, I meant I didn't care about trying to run to the fucking shots and be the first one in line. I don't. I'm not really that afraid about it all, honestly, at this point. So I was gonna get the shot because I feel it's a necessary thing for the future, but I didn't feel like I needed to run there right this second. It just so happens that my sister works at a pharmacy, and she texted me Monday afternoon, early Monday afternoon, and was like, "Hey, if we have an extra, would you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it, I'll if you have an extra, I'll take it,
What kind was it?
I ended up being Moderna. So, she texted me about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was thinking, okay, cool, she'll let me know a couple days. Turns out, no, she hit me back 2.5 hours later and was like, hey, can you be here by 6? And I was technically working, and I hadn't showered yet. I didn't shower on my lunch break because I ended up doing some shit around the house, and I was planning on showering after work. And then she's like, oh, can you be here by 6? And at this point, it was 4 o'clock. And I was technically working and had just taken my lunch break. So I set the work computer to idle after 15 minutes. And I went and took a quick whore bath type shower real fast. And then I got dressed. Then I came back into the living room. I checked the work computer to make sure that nothing it popped up while I've been in the bathroom for the last 10 minutes. And then I normally would have just given my boss a heads up hey, I'm gonna run out and get my COVID shot real quick. I'll be back in an hour. And nothing would have happened. He wouldn't have cared. He would just been all right, cool, thanks, just a heads up. Because it's not I had any dire situation going on or anything in that moment. But turns out, as fate would have it, he left early that day and logged off at 4. So he wasn't around for me to tell him. So I just kind of made an executive decision. And I left and went and got my shot and came back home. But so my sister told me to go to the drop off area at the pharmacy. So I walk up and like there was some like lady ahead of me was dropping off a prescription. So then I come up to the window and the lady's like, "Oh, are you dropping off?" And I'm like, no, my sister told me to come up here and get a COVID shot. And then she goes, "Oh, okay." And she turns around and goes, "Your brother's here." And like, I guess my sister was in the back eating on break or something. Because she like came around and she had like a chip in her mouth and just drinking something. And so she like took my paperwork and like I had to fill out like a form and everything. And my sister asked for my insurance card. And I reached into my wallet, grabbed my ID, and like I keep my insurance card behind my ID. Somehow I had the old insurance card from like 2 years ago back there. So I gave it to her and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think that's the right one." And she goes, "Well, just make sure you write your social down because if this isn't the right one, they'll run it off your social." And then like fucking when I got home, I found the real one in a different slot in the wallet. I tucked it behind something. So fuck it. Oh well, I got the COVID shot. Can't take it back. But so, like, I had to go into, like, a side room with, like, I think it was her manager. And she was, like, real excited and telling me how much she liked my sister. And I went, "Yeah, she's cool."
At least you like it.
Yeah, I was like, "She's alright." And, because, you know me, I undersell everything. So, she, like, part of walking into that day was realizing, like, just how quarantine fluffy I've gotten. So I was like, oh boy, thank God this quarantine bullshit's almost over. And maybe I can get my ambition back. But then I got the shot, and she forced a sticker on me like I was a child, like getting or like a I voted sticker.
Yeah.
She forced me to get like a I'm vaccinated sticker, even though it's like only step 1. But she poked me. But, like, I barely felt it. Like, when she like, gave me the shot, and then she, like, put the needle in the little sharp bit, and I was just like, "Wait, that's it?" She goes, "Yeah, it's done." I was like, "I barely felt anything." She goes, "Yeah."
Hey, I thought I was supposed to bend over first. What's up with this?
Well, like, I just figured it was going to be, like, a syringe with a giant, like, needle injection or some shit like that. And I was literally like, she poked me with something that I didn't even see. And now I have COVID coursing through my veins.
She was just like, "I'm the magic man."
So, like, well, after I got the shot, because, like, keep in mind, I did it inside of a grocery store. So she told me to go stand outside, like, in the waiting area for, like, 10 to 15 minutes. No, like, go stand outside the waiting area. Because, like, some people have bad reactions, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they needed to, like, keep me under observation. So I went and stood and played on my phone for like 10 minutes. And then somebody else was going in to get a shot and she saw me and she told me I could leave. And then I turned to leave and she's like, "Don't you want to say bye to your sister?" And I'm like, "Nah, I gotta go." I just left. But then I texted my sister and told her thank you and I apologized. Like, because I had to get home, man. Like, I was still technically on the clock. No one knew I was gone. So, I hurried home and like my arm was hurting. Like, my arm didn't hurt, like, the first couple minutes, but, like, around the 5-minute mark, my arm was getting kind of, like, sore all the way down. But, like, nothing that I was, like, in a panic about. You know, like, the lady just fucking stabbed me in my muscle with a needle. Like, to think that it wouldn't hurt would be kind of idiotic, honestly. So,
Good point.
I came home and, like, I ended up working until, like, 9 o'clock at night. And one lady on my team tried to ping me because, like, she needed an answer on something, but, like, my manager had already left for the day, so she tried to come to me. But, like, I left my computer unlocked when I left, so she tried pinging me thinking I was here. She didn't realize that, like, I was actually MIA on the sly. But it wasn't anything, like, that she needed, like, an answer for that second, so. Because by the time I got home, she'd already logged off for the day. But other than that, like, nothing bad happened. Nothing was needed, and, I worked, and now I got to go back for my second appointment 4 weeks later. I gotta get my fucking shot on a Monday evening, which means my Tuesday is about to suck ass.
I'm glad we will be vaccinated and will get his sooner than later. And my hope is my whatever, because by the time it comes out, I will be 20 days post second vaccination. I am going to go see the Scott Pilgrim Dolby Digital 10-year anniversary of release, and I'm wild hyped for it. To go to a theater, be able to go to a theater and not worry that I'm going to die. I'm getting the kid scheduled for his Monday when he's able to be scheduled, And so we'll get that taken care of. I'm just
Why are they not doing kids? And I don't mean like 16 plus. I mean like I've been told they're not doing children.
they're just not there. They're trying to get the adult population taken care of first. Like basically, you know how they say if you're on the airplane and the mask drop, put your mask on first, then put the kids' mask on. It's like basically we're putting our mask on first, and then we'll put the mask on the kids when it's time. So that's just what that is currently right now. So but my one child that can get the vaccination, I am going to make sure that he gets it, and we keep motherfucking moving. So let's hit another story. This one is from Adam Ferris over at Cleveland.com. RTA won't release of video. I don't know why they put that of there. They need a better editor at Cleveland.com. RTA won't release a video of officer shoving man with mental illness off rapid stop platform. Cleveland, Ohio, RTA officials denied a public records request to release surveillance video of an RTA officer pushing a 68-year-old man with a mental illness off a rapid stop platform onto the train tracks. Cleveland.com/The Plain Dealer on Thursday filed a claim in the Ohio Court of Claims in an attempt to force the agency to release video. The agency denied the February 22nd request on Wednesday on the grounds that the video constituted a confidential law enforcement investigatory record. The officer in the video, Patrick Rivera, is on unpaid leave while the RTA police conduct an internal investigation. RTA spokesperson Linda Kresick said in a statement, RTA and other public bodies routinely release surveillance video in accordance with Ohio's public records law that state fixed surveillance videos are public and not subject to exemption. The surveillance video is of the platform and shows the outside of the station, and the area is open to the public. RTA spokeswoman Linda Kresick said she would not comment on the video's release. The incident involving Rivera happened about noon February 16th at the Brook Park Rapid Station on the city's far west side. A source allowed Cleveland.com/The Plain Dealer to review the surveillance video of the incident. The video revealed inconsistencies in Rivera's report. He reported that he went to the rapid station because a man later identified as Edward McDermott refused to pick up his belongings as a custodian could clean. Rivera asked McDermott to move. He wrote in his report that McDermott became aggressive, hurled insults at him, and called him a rent-a-cop. Rivera reported that he asked McDermott several times to calm down and move, and that McDermott threatened him and became more and more aggressive. McDermott lunged at the officer and threatened him, according to Rivera's account contained in the report. He also said that he warned McDermott several more times to calm down. He wrote that McDermott lunged at him again, and he pushed McDermott, who fell to the ground and eventually rolled off the tracks. The video shows Rivera shoving the man, who fell directly off the platform. Trains were running at the time of the incident, but no train came through while McDermott was on the tracks. McDermott appeared in the video to try to climb back onto the platform, but Rivera and another RTA officer stood in his way, blocking him from climbing back on the platform. McDermott walked along the tracks out of frame. Rivera reported that McDermott stood up immediately and walked back to the platform gate. The officers identified McDermott, who has an outstanding warrant from North Randall Police for trespassing at MGM Northfield Park Racino. Rivera also cited McDermott with criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct, both fourth-degree misdemeanors. A court psychiatrist on March 15th found McDermott incompetent to stand trial. Cleveland Municipal Judge Ann Claire Okar ordered McDermott to the state-run North Coast Behavioral Healthcare Psychiatric Hospital. The judge could later rule that McDermott's competence has been restored and proceeded with the case, or rule that he is not guilty by reason of insanity and order him to remain in the psychiatric hospital. McDermott's next hearing is scheduled for April 19th. RTA's refusal to release the video of the McDermott incident marks the second time in as many months it declined to do so. Officials tried to block the release of another video that showed Officer Mark Sloboda fighting with a man inside a rapid station and slam him to the ground. They initially denied the video's release, citing an ongoing investigation. Kresick said the agency reconsidered the request after the news outlet pushed back against RTA's interpretations of Ohio's public records law. The video was released about a month after the initial request, but prior to Sloboda's disciplinary hearing. Officials ultimately fired Sloboda.
pretty messed up.
I'm not. I'm laughing because it's uncomfortable.
I know. I
And
just like
Pushback
it.
was funny.
I just
I'm laughing because it hurts not to laugh.
so much going on. People killing, people dying. This one I'm not even gonna read the story, but Ed sent it to me and he was amused by the headline, as am I. Billionaire Estee Lauder heir locked in legal battle with baby mama.
Oh,
She kind of cute, but can't call it. Under a 2007 agreement, Stein was to receive $1 million every year if she did not publicly disclose the identity of her child's father, and she agreed not to come within 100 yards of any member of the Lauder family in Palm Beach, Aspen, and New York. How
$1
interesting.
million wasn't enough for her.
I mean, she can get more money.
That's true.
This one was wild for the night. Again, I'm not going to dig too deep. Well, it's actually a pretty short one. I'll pop this one off. This is another one that, like I said, these are some ant bangers. Police sees real gun disguised as Nerf toy in North Carolina raid. I actually want to put this in the
I
chat
saw that.
because it is just like it's wild that it even looks like. Police in North Carolina found a real gun described as a Nerf toy while conducting a drug raid in Catawba County, north of Charlotte this week. The Glock 19 pistol, along with a 50-round drum magazine, had been painted blue and orange and labeled with the Nerf logo to look like the toy. The Catawba County Sheriff's Office said in a news release on Facebook. The firearm was among 20 guns, pistols, rifles, and shotguns that investigators found during a home search Wednesday, along with cocaine, psilocybin, which is mushrooms. Oh, it says psilocybin mushrooms, and marijuana. Police also seized about $2,300 in cash. Not my stimmy money. Firearms of this type, while not illegal to possess, are concerning to law enforcement, the release said. Firearms in general are commonly seized in conjunction with searches where felony amounts of narcotics are present. Damian Alonzo Birch, 35, of Catawba, was arrested and charged with felonious possession of cocaine, felonious possession of mushrooms, and misdemeanor possession of marijuana, the release said.
The way you said cocaine made me think of Hank Hill and propane. Like cocaine and cocaine accessories.
See. Wait a minute. What's a cocaine accessory? Just a spoon?
Yeah, the spoon. Like, all right, the necklace, the fake cross, with like you unscrew it and you put the little spoon thing in there.
A rolled up bit of currency of some sort. These are cocaine accessories. I like where your head's at. CNN is trying.
We can get like those like wrist snap things. We could get like a little one that rolls up, and then you can unroll it to clean it, and then just snap it back into your wallet or something.
Oh.
Cocaine accessories might be something we look into. Catawba County Sheriff's spokesman Captain Aaron Turk said Birch was released on a $20,000 unsecured bond on Wednesday. Birch was formally advised of the charges against him at first appearance in Catawba County Court District on Thursday. Turk said he did not know when Birch's next court date was. My man put down the $20K unsecured. This is somebody who hustles drugs. Like, he major.
I think that's what my mortgage company's gonna think. Like when I make my payment, like next week.
Oh, bro, you can't wait, can you? I want to talk to Samson.
I saved the OT money from last check.
Yeah,
and we get paid obviously in like 3 hours, so I'll have my OT money from this check. My stimmy is supposed to mail tomorrow, so I'm hoping that like it'll be here by the time I go to make the payment.
yeah.
But I legitimately could be dropping enough money where my mortgage company just like, are you selling drugs on the side?
Like, yes.
Like, we don't care if you are, but are you?
Here's another banger that Aunt Santa sent. Pittsburgh detective filed for divorce after wife participated in Capitol riot. It's from Tara C. Mahadevan over at Complex. A Pennsylvania police detective has filed for divorce from his wife who attended the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6th. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reports that Officer Michael Heinel sought to dissolve his marriage in February after asking his wife, Jennifer, not to attend the rally, and after a video showed her with another man inside the Capitol Rotunda.
Oh. Was that the deal breaker?
She reported
Mr. Big, how you doing, Mr. Big? What the hell is going on?
She reportedly had been speaking to the man, Kenneth Grayson, about the insurrection since November. These people are literally going to be charged with insurrection. That's something that came out this week, that these people a good number of these people are actually going to be charged with insurrection. A crime punishable by death in this country. Oh. Jennifer has now been hit with a number of federal charges, including violent injury, disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, and parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building. She was identified by the FBI through her communications with Grayson, who was arrested in Pennsylvania on January 26th and is facing charges for participating in the riot. Grayson's Facebook page reveals that between November 12, 2020 and January 11, 2021, the pair had been speaking about traveling to Washington, D.C. and renting cars and hotel rooms.
Oh.
Police Chief Sean Frank said that after the riot was over, Michael informed him that Jennifer had been there. Michael is a 30-year member of the Shaler Township Police Department and part of the FBI Pittsburgh's Office of Violent Crimes Task Force. Like, he's the man who actually fights against his wife. His wife was part of that situation, Frank said. He didn't condone it. He didn't ask her to go there. He wasn't there. He was here working. Frank added that the detective probably wasn't aware that his wife had entered the building. She's an adult, and I don't think he had any part in her going there, Frank said. Jennifer told the FBI that she had gone to D.C. by herself on January 5th and came back to Pittsburgh the next day. She said she saw Grayson at the rally, but said she didn't enter the Capitol building. Her attorney, Marty Dietz, responded telling WPXI to make it clear, I've known Jenny Heino a long time, and she's not a criminal. She's deeply embarrassed. I bet her punk ass is. This is the last one. It's pretty short. This is from Jose Martinez over at Complex. New York man pleads guilty after sharks were found in his pool in his basement.
With lasers on their heads?
Freaking lasers. Josh Seguin, 40, of LaGrangeville, New York, has pleaded guilty to illegal possession of several sandbar sharks with intent to sell, the New York Times reports. The ruling comes after those sharks were found in a 16-foot above-ground pool in his basement during a search of his residence in 2017. The charges also stems from discovery of the snout of a small-toothed sawfish, which received protection under the Endangered Species Act in 2003, making it illegal to sell, own, or kill the marine fish.
I got the sandbar shark here.
2 dead leopard sharks and a dead hammerhead shark were also found. The New York Department of Environmental Conservation launched an investigation into Seguin after learning of his 27 arrests in Georgia. Seguin was arrested and charged with driving without a license and for possession of 5 small sharks in a tank in the back of his truck. Seguin confessed that he intended on transporting those sharks to New York and selling them, in addition to the other sharks that he already had at home. The investigation revealed that he had business called Aquatic Apex Life LLC and offered to sell sharks on the website monsterfishkeepers.com. Seguin has been ordered to pay a $5,000 fine. He was sentenced to conditional discharge, meaning he will be required to abide by court-ordered conditions in lieu of additional jail time or probation. Let this serve as a loud and clear message. We will not tolerate anyone who preys on protected species to line their pockets, New York Attorney General Letitia James said in a statement. My office will continue to enforce the laws that safeguard our wildlife, and we will hold accountable those who violate them.
Oh.
This is my daughter.
This is your Shark Connect. You go holler at that dude if you want some shark action.
I got these sharks, man. I got a hammerhead. I got a nurse shark. You don't know nothing about this.
If you guys could have any exotic animal, what would it be?
I got enough animals in my house.
I mean,
I don't want to deal with it anymore.
First, come on, man. You can't even have a fantasy game?
Oh.
A fantasy animal?
His life is too real to fantasize about. You know what I'm saying?
I don't play games with my kids. I don't play no games.
I picked up poop in the backyard today.
So I guess you wouldn't picking up rhino poop. I feel
No rhino poop, no Komodo dragon poop. I guess Komodo dragon, if I subconsciously...
I was actually thinking it. I was literally thinking it.
I do like Komodo dragon.
So while y'all got a Komodo dragon, my eagle gonna fly over y'all house and take that shit out the air.
No, Komodo dragons is massive.
No, they're big.
I've seen a Komodo dragon before.
Yeah.
I've been to the zoo in DC and in Columbus. I've seen Komodo dragon. Okay, it was in Columbus. It wasn't in DC.
Yeah, I don't want to take
trips.
my arm off though. They'll fucking eat a human being.
Oh yeah, it fucked up Sharon Stone's ex-husband. It bit his foot or something like that. Yeah. He got bit by Komodo dragon.
Now he's got a peg leg?
No, he was just in the hospital for a while.
Arr, Sharon. I be scurvy dog.
Sharon! Put on some panties.
Well, that was our
I
selection of
see
news.
crotch.
of news items, care of our news hound, my man Ant over here. Ant man, what's been popping with you?
Well, a lot of different stuff. So I was in Sandusky. I wish I would have went to Kroger. So a while ago, my partner had bought tickets to Kalahari, and when she bought them, they told her that they were at half capacity. They were only supposed to be allowed to have a certain amount of people. And when we showed up there, that was not the case. And when we get there, she was like, "Nah, we ain't staying here. We're not going in the building. We got our money back." But we were still in Sandusky, so we stayed in a hotel. And we had a staycation in Sandusky.
Oh, that sounds nice. What'd you guys do?
Nothing.
I like the Walmart out there.
That is a good Walmart. I went there twice.
Yeah, down the street from the Sonic.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go into that Sonic because the Sonic over here closed and it got real bad before it closed. Like, first of all, a bit aside about Sonic. Have you guys ever ate there before?
I've eaten at Sonic.
I've eaten at that particular Sonic.
Okay. Have you ever had onion rings from Sonic before?
I have.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I tasted it. I'm like, man, something wrong with these fucking onion rings. They taste funny. And then
You eat enough Sonic and you come to say that about everything you eat there.
So I looked it up and I knew I wasn't wrong. Their onion rings on purpose contain vanilla. And I am a vanilla advocate. Vanilla is not white, it's brown. Look it up.
Put respect on it.
And I'm like, fuck that. That's disgusting. Onion and vanilla don't go together.
Dude, it's like Swenson's putting brown sugar in their meat.
I mean,
They do?
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
supposedly.
that's their gimmick.
Huh.
Their gimmick is not having good food.
But for people around here ride or die for that shit, and I'm like, why would I want to put brown sugar in my meat? I'm not about to sit here and like stomp my chest for that
I like
shit.
the potato teasers.
The potato teasers
sides are good.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let's talk about that real quick. So I went to Swenson's the other day to get the fish sandwich because that shit kept on popping up in my my Instagram feed.
It's showing up in mine too.
And they was like, "Nah, we ain't got no fish." I'm like, "God dang, what?" Because I still wanted them teasers, and I was like, "Man, okay, I'll try your chicken nuggets." Man, top worst thing I've ever had at a restaurant.
Oh.
Like, no question. Literally the worst thing other than those vanilla onion rings that I've ever had. I would rather eat 108 of those onion rings than eat one more of those Swenson.
But see, I don't consider Swenson's nuggets, like I don't consider chicken nuggets a side. I consider that a main. So when I say side, I'm talking about like their potato teasers or their onion rings, shit like their tater tots, shit like that. I'm not talking about chicken nuggies.
What I got
chicken nuggets are mains.
No, 6 is a side.
Wow.
I can understand the argument.
I can't agree.
I'm not for Dan. 6 is a side. I was just trying them out. 6 is definitely a side. 9 is the approach of a meal. 10 is definitely a meal. 12 is a meal. 20 is a feast. How many sliders?
4 sliders.
4 sliders is a meal. 3 sliders is a snack. 2 sliders is an appetizer. 1 slider you just playing.
4 sliders is like the equivalent of like 1 normal sized cheeseburger.
But
Except you're eating more bread in that scenario, I think. Because like you ever see like the Arby's sliders? It's like giant fucking piece of bread with the tiniest little fucking piece of meat on it.
It's that puffy Hawaiian roll.
It's too much bread.
Hawaiian rolls are for the uninitiated. We're initiated, Bruce.
Awfully, Bruce.
Yeah, I don't really like Hawaiian bread. I like it. I don't like mixing my sweet and savory too much. And
That's why I like them.
Huh?
Hit them bitches in the oven. Hit them with some butter and that sweet salty.
Yeah.
Some nice salted
Hawaiian
butter.
pizza, Hawaiian bread. They're always mixed.
I have to agree with T on this. The Hawaiian rolls with the butter is pretty good.
Yeah, butter on anything is pretty good though.
Salted butter is the lick. Not that I hate it, but people be like, use unsalted butter. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Give me salted butter.
So you can add your own salt.
Unsalted butter is for like people who just want to put who still put butter on burns. That's what you use unsalted butter for.
I feel like it's fine to just have both in your arsenal. Why limit yourself?
That's the thing. It's always
exactly. Like, you are using your argument on why you shouldn't have unsalted butter in your house.
Well, couldn't you just get unsalted butter and add your own salt? Like, do you not have salt and pepper?
That's what I just said.
No,
I'm agreeing with you on that.
I don't got salt and pepper at home.
I have probably like 4 different salt and pepper shakers in this house, and not a single fucking one of them has salt or pepper in them.
A salt and pepper shaker of cocaine. That's how that makes.
That's a cocaine accessory.
In fact, that is indeed a cocaine accessory.
I spoke about how last week I bought a sugar shaker. Yeah. Is that on this last week's episode?
That is on last week's episode.
So I went this week to use that son of a bitch, and that sugar was a whole ass brick, like it was a big thing of cocaine. Why did that happen?
You gotta, and when I say it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Is this the thing where you gotta add rice to it?
100%. You have to put some rice in it so it acts as a desiccant to keep it in its powder form.
Well,
there you go. Them silicone packets in that bitch.
Yeah, my grandparents used to do that when I was a kid. Yeah. They put rice in it to suck up the moisture or whatever.
Diners do that.
I keep rice in my salt shaker for the same reason.
Drive-ins and dives.
This motherfucker. I hate you for it. So I mean, besides that, you got some Sandusky time. That's dope.
So I've been really enjoying where we'll get a hotel in a local town and just stay in the hotel and really don't do anything. Like we'll get some food, but not a bad thing to happen. But a thing we noticed is our youngest son, since we were like pretty much for almost 72 hours, like in close proximity. No, not even 72 hours because, Friday, Saturday. I mean, because he lives here. But he was just like so clingy today. Like we both went back to work. And he was just like sitting on my lap all day. Not that he doesn't come and sit on my lap, but he was just like, pick me up. And I was just like, don't you usually do your own thing during the day? What are you doing?
Like, I got a little bit of separation anxiety going on, old man. Just give me a goddamn pick me up.
Yeah, it was literally pick me up like all day long today. He was just like so clingy. And then we when I got off work, we played this Cars 3 game, which we play almost every night after I get off work. And he loved it's pretty much like Mario Kart where you can, shoot the weapons and stuff. They have one of those modes, and that's his favorite thing. He likes shooting shit. So, but we had a staycation. Ate at Applebee's. I haven't done that in a long ass time.
Still have.
You was in Sandusky, bro. You should have went to it's this pizza spot out there. It's like it's unnecessarily good. I don't understand what the fuck is going on with that. Fazoli's.
Oh.
Yeah, we tried to go there. They closed so early. Closed at 8:00.
Oh, that's the place with the breadsticks and shit, right?
My nigga.
Yeah, they got one in Akron, man. The breadsticks are just fucking insane,
bruh. So the last trip I took in the Honda Fit, we drove out to fucking Sandusky so I could get Vanessa some breadsticks. I was just like, fuck it, I'll try you out there. Let's get you some breadsticks. She really fucking them breadsticks.
Yeah, it's only Route 2. It's straight out.
And I had never had them before, and she just swore by them. I'm like, let me try these. I was so salty we didn't buy more. Like maybe 2 weeks back, we drove back out that bitch, and we bought a bunch of them hoes.
Yeah, when I used to live with in the same house with my buddy Brad, he worked down in the Akron Canton area, and then he would drive back up to Parma every day. And the one day he brought some of those breadsticks back to the house, and I was like, holy shit, these are fucking insane. And then, we were down in Akron Canton one time for a Magic tournament, and we went to Fazoli's after the tournament for dinner, And holy crapola, man! It's just it's like going to Red Lobster and getting the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah.
So what is it about these breadsticks?
They just a good consistency. They have a good little salty, garlicky kind of vibe. They warm as fuck. They heat well. Because I had some for the next day. Because I was like,
are they crunchy like the breadsticks on TV?
No, that's the good thing.
No.
They like soft ass breadsticks, bro. Fuck them old crunchy hoes.
Time out about crunchy breadsticks. Like, I hate that on TV. Like, I remember watching Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm like, I ain't never had no breadstick like
I've
that
never
before.
been to a place like that.
Like with those swizzle stick breadsticks. I've never
Don't
had
they
those
give you
before.
those as an option at like Olive Garden?
No, man. Olive Garden breadsticks is kind of the truth, but Fazoli's is
No,
better.
but I thought they had like some of those crunchy joints around too.
I've never had them on offer.
Can that be the name of the episode, please?
The crunchy junks.
I've only seen that on TV. It's like that and strippers who wear outfits as gimmicks.
You mentioned the wrong strip club. I don't see plenty of outfits, boy.
No, I mean like they dress up like doctors or nurses or
Yeah, that's
maids.
only on The Office.
They're just called cosplayers, my guy.
All right, one more thing about food before we get off the subject.
Yeah. But yeah, before we move on past it though, if you ever get the chance, Anthony, you gotta go get those breadsticks.
Don't worry. When we getting some of them hoes for our anniversary show. Maybe for our 400th episode. We on 489 right now. Maybe.
I'm definitely gonna get some. Like, I mean,
yeah, like I said, I know they had a place down in Akron, Canada. Assuming it survived the pandemic, you know. Or we can go out to Sandusky, take a ride up to oh yeah, you want to go to Michigan anyway? Shit, that's like most of the way there.
yeah, and
Just stop on the way.
not only that, like, you know, Cedar Point's out there. Like, I know for the people who are listening, everybody who probably know what Cedar Point is. So
that's a big enough deal that I think people who don't live locally know about Cedar Point.
Well,
It's like one of the most.
everyone has
It's like
Google.
world famous.
no, I remember
Well,
when
no,
we
it's world famous for its roller coasters. It's like a stop known around the world because it has some of the largest and best roller coasters on the planet.
Yeah, when
it's a
we
big
went-
deal.
Didn't they bring it up on The Boys?
yeah,
Because
I don't watch that show.
yeah, it was that was one of the episodes that Langston Kerman is on. That they went to Sandusky for that, yeah.
Bro,
But when we were in DC gassing up, the dude was like, "Hey, where you guys are from?" We were like, "We're from Cleveland." He was like, "Y'all live near Cedar Point?" So
if you know, you know.
Right.
I mean, I like the whiskey channel I watch on YouTube. On one of their lives in the last couple of weeks, they were talking about Cedar Point. Like they're up in like Upper Michigan, so it's not like it's like that far compared to like someone on like California. But like, yeah, Cedar Point's known around this area.
Wait, did a hot whiskey chick live in Michigan?
No, not that
Oh,
channel.
okay. I was like,
They live in Kentucky.
even I knew that, T.
I'm sorry, Aunt. Wrap it up, B.
That's wrapped up enough.
Fair enough, man. We bob along over to my man Daniel, bro. What you got, pimpin'? I know your ass. You know what, bro? For as hard as you working, you look good. You don't look like you are whooped to the shit. You know what I'm saying? You wild fuzzy, but I fuck with that.
I passed out at around 8 o'clock last night and slept until 8 o'clock this morning.
That's the life.
So
Nice.
I think, well, like it just so happens that like we didn't have like I had work for OT last night, but I was done by like 7:30. We didn't have like the normal giant list that we had, and so I got off early, and it was the first time in like over a month that I got off work at like the sun was still up, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I like went to go watch some TV, and I passed out. So yeah, I got some rest, but I'll be honest, it kind of makes sense because like I've been going pretty hard for the last month. Like, this will be 4 weeks now. Let's see, we buried my grandmother on President's Day. I was off that week. I came back the following Tuesday. I worked 56 hours that week, and then I've worked 60 plus hours every week this month. Like, when I logged off today, I was at 45 and a half hours, and we still have tomorrow to go, and I'm working Saturday. So I'll hit 60 this week. So I've been working 60 plus hours almost essentially for the last 4 weeks. And after we recorded the show last Thursday, I couldn't really go to bed, so I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning that night.
Yeah, that happened
Then
to me
I
every
went
week.
over to my... Yeah, like, we get off here at 12:30, but it's not like I can just go pack up and go lay down in my bed and fall right asleep. So, like, I like NFL free agency had just started last week. We did the last episode, so I went in my room and I was on the fucking internet for an hour and a half before I even tried to go to sleep. So it was 2 o'clock in the morning then. Then I had to get up for work. Then I worked that day, and then I had to go right after work to my buddy's house. Like, his wife was throwing, like, a surprise game night for his birthday with, like, 3 of us.
Oh.
As, like, yeah, because, like, they weren't doing, like, a big gathering, you know. I guess they're still trying to honor COVID, even though, like, he goes to the casino and she goes to work out and, you know, whatever. People say that they're being cautious, but they're just being cautious to a certain degree, but they're not really being cautious. So, I went over there for that, and I was there until, like, 1. Then I came home, had to take an emergency poop, and then went to bed and got up. Like, I went to bed about 2 in the morning that night. But then I had to get up and work Saturday morning OT because I needed to work 6 hours to get my 60. So I worked until Saturday afternoon. Then I took like a 2-hour nap and then went out because my buddy, one of my friends from high school, is moving to Dallas in a couple weeks. So he was doing a little get together with some of us, kind of like a goodbye for now. I wouldn't say goodbye forever the way things are in the world now with planes and
trains and automobiles,
internet and everything. Like, so it's like, you know, we can all live in different states and still talk to each other and shit like that. So, but we had a little get together and at a bar restaurant, and I was tired going into that, and so in my mind I'm like, oh, I'll just go here for like 2-3 hours and then I'm gonna dip out. I'm an adult, I can do that. And before I knew it, I was there for 5 hours, and I finally just had to call it because I was falling asleep. So, but I came home, had to go to the bathroom again. I don't know what it is about my bladder and, like, needing to poop when I get home from, like, an excursion. But maybe it's, like, nervousness or anxiety or something. But I get home, my body feels calm. And it's just like, all right, we're going to poop now. But I came home, had to do that, and then I got to bed. It was 2 o'clock in the morning again, right? So, like, 3 straight nights of going to bed at 2 a.m., I get up Sunday morning now. So like essentially at this point, like for the time being, Sunday is like my one day off a week. So I get up Sunday morning at like 10 a.m. and I'm thinking, cool, I just got the whole day to just kind of fuck around, lay around the house. I'm just going to like relax, reset before I got to do all this bullshit again tomorrow. So like I'm laying on the couch in the living room and I'm like, I decided to order myself breakfast because I didn't like have like breakfasty foods in the house and I didn't feel like cooking yet. And I figured I just worked 60 plus hours this week. I could like just order myself something to eat. So I ordered something from Uber Eats and then I put on Winter Soldier and the Falcon show. And I'm watching that. And then like there was a wrestling pay-per-view scheduled to air that evening at like 7 o'clock. And so my plan was to, like, just kind of, like, watch Winter Soldier. I had the final 2 episodes of American Gods to watch. Then I was, like, probably going to take a nap, like, lounge around a little bit, and then watch the wrestling pay-per-view. Just kind of a nice, relaxing day. So then, like, about an hour into my morning, my buddy who had been over a couple days prior, because he was having trouble logging. I think I talked about this on last week's episode. Well, he and I had talked about him coming over to watch the wrestling pay-per-view, but when he told me he was going to be his girlfriend's and I told him what time it was starting, we kind of, like, scrapped the whole idea. I was like, yeah, you know, no, don't bother. Like, you can't get over here till, like, 9:30. Like, I'm like, the show will be over by then. So then he fucking texts me at, like, 11:30 Sunday morning. Is like, I'm in this mode of, like, oh, cool, I don't got to deal with anybody today. I got this whole day ahead of me. And he goes, hey, is it cool if me and my girlfriend come over for the pay-per-view tonight? We'll bring dinner. And I'm just like, god damn it.
Free dinner, though.
I'm like, yeah, I was like, that's cool. The dinner ended up being good. They made, like, some sort of chicken. All right, so it was, like, potatoes, cheese, chicken, like buffalo chicken with some sort of, like, pretzel topping. It was like they made some kind of casserole. Oh. And so that was pretty good. But then she made dessert, which ended up being Cinnamon Toast Crunch Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, no.
Did they have?
Those were fucking fantastic.
Did they have any shrimp tails in them?
No shrimp tails, just some rope.
Just hard. Oh, what kind of rope?
But
Come?
yeah. So like, I watched like the TV shows, and then I started having a migraine kick on that afternoon. So I took a nap, and then like I got up, I cleaned a little bit, and then they showed up, watched pay-per-view. They hung out here till about. They got here at about 8:15, 8:30. They hung out till about 10:30, and then they dipped. Then I went upstairs, watched a little TV, and went to bed. And it's been 4 straight days now of working and sleeping.
Oh.
Like I said, we're 4 days into the work week, and I've worked 45 and a half hours already.
Damn. I have not worked that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the whole thing, man. It's like when you're working towards something, like, it kind of sucks in the moment, but, like, at least I know I'm doing it for a reason, so it makes it tolerable. If I was doing it because they were forcing me to do it, then, like, I'd be more rebellious about it. Like, they are forcing me to do half of it right now, but I'm choosing to go that extra mile. So, you know, at least there's a reward in it for me and, like, a benefit. But if they were just like, hey, you have to work 20 hours of overtime every week, like, I'd be, like, bitching hardcore. So, you know, it eases my mind a little bit, the fact that I'm choosing to do it. But other than that, I mean, COVID shot, you know, I got to go to my buddy's wedding in a couple weeks. Like, I don't have any reason to leave the house this weekend, which will be the first time in a couple weeks. So I, you know, would very much, you know, like T to actually answer my "we tried" request from this morning rather than ignore it like he did.
No.
But if anything, we'll just record it without him.
Yeah, during the day. I mean, we got a lot of background noise in my house.
Man, I don't care when we do it. All I know is I got shit building up, and I'd like to like try and either get rid of it or eat it.
I gotta get you these chips.
That's what I'm saying. I got 2 cans of Pringles over here. I got like 4 cans of things scattered about my fridge.
I'm gonna get you a 3rd can of Pringles.
Oh, is it the Halo ones?
No, the chili lime ones. Is that the Halo ones?
I don't know what the Halo ones are. All I know is it's got Master Chief on the can.
Speaking of by the can,
Whoa.
like Easter.
Okay, I see what you're...
Easter is coming up pretty soon, and I'm going to be putting together an Easter basket. Do you guys have any suggestions of what I should put in there?
Cadbury mini eggs, if you want to steal them from your kids.
Wait, are you putting them together for other people or for your children?
For my children.
Okay. See, that matters. I mean, I would say always go with the tried and true Reese cups, like the Reese eggs or something.
Yeah,
I always look forward to those every year in my basket. The Reese, like the Reese egg halves,
Reese eggs, and what was the pumpkins?
Reese Piece carrots.
Yeah, I was gonna look for those, but Reese eggs.
The trees aren't bad either.
They got a nice layer of chocolate on them. Like it's like you put those in a refrigerator and they're heaven.
Yeah, you know, like I'll say, like when it came to Easter candy, I would like the chocolate mini eggs and stuff were all fine. Like, I didn't mind the chocolate crispy coins. Those were always good. You know what I'm talking about? Like they had like the fake coin on them and shit.
I like the coin with the peanut butter on one side.
Yeah, those were good. I never really gave a shit about the hollow Easter bunny, like the hollow chocolate bunny.
Man, fuck that hollow shit.
And then but then also the full chocolate bunny, it always was too much to eat. Like I always felt like when I bit it, like I was gonna break a tooth off or something. Yeah. But if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely go with the solid chocolate bunny. But like, yeah, don't get a hollow one. A hollow one, man, like.
Yeah, get those for kids you hate. Like you bite them and they crumble.
I mean, I get that that's the point, but, like, nah, man. Because, like, then you're going to end up eating the whole fucking bunny. No one's going to just eat the head.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to keep breaking it, and then before you know it, you eat a whole bunny. And, like, I've lived that life. Like, I don't want to be the dude who, like, passes off food addiction to a child, you know?
You're giving a chocolate-covered air to a kid.
Yeah.
I also, like, when my grandmother would, like, get me, like, a video game. Like a Sega game or something, you know, in my bed. Like, my grandmother didn't really give me a basket per se. It was like, it'd always be like a gift and like a bag of candy. Like, she didn't really go the whole 9 with like the the fake grass and the multicolored basket and shit. It was always like my parents and my grandparents, other grandparents did that kind of shit. That's the thing I appreciate about my grandmother, and like she's very much the anti-T. Where, like, T goes the extra mile with, like, the cake and, like, the gifts and the thoughtfulness and all that. Like, not to say that my grandmother's not thoughtful, but, like, when it came to the theatrics of all that stuff, she was very simplistic in just, like, I remember, like, my Christmas presents all came in a trash bag the one year, you know, but it's because I knew it was coming, you know, like, I picked them out. She just held them in, like, the closet layaway for a month and a half. So it's like, why wrap them and then give them to you when you already know what I bought you? So she would just put it all in the trash bag, and then when Christmas came, she'd give me the trash bag.
Okay.
That way, whatever I opened just went into the trash bag, and, you know, no mess, no fuss.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Now you consider the trash bag moves?
Yeah, we were talking about Easter candy. I know you look forward to Peeps.
No, I do not.
Dude, even as a kid, I fucking hated Peeps.
I like Cadbury, mini eggs, the Cadbury mini eggs.
Those were good. I always liked the higher quality, more decadent type shit. Like, when it came to the simplistic candy, it was just, like, the hard chocolate little mini eggs that were kind of shaped like a football, but not. And then, like, you know, like the chocolate discs or the peanut butter chocolate discs. Those
the
kind of
Cadbury
things.
Crunchy eggs.
Because of a deal some years back with Hershey, American Cadbury chocolate is not Cadbury chocolate. So I used to fuck with Cadbury cream eggs. That was my jam. I don't even buy, I don't buy anything Cadbury in America anymore. If I'm getting Cadbury shit, I'm ordering it from Canada or England so I can get real Cadbury and not this trash that they sell in America now. Fuck Hershey's for that bullshit. They ruined the game and thusly ruined Easter for me in many a way. You ever noticed that like the slightly barfy flavor of Hershey's standard candy bars?
I don't.
Barfy.
There's a chemical in there they put in their chocolates that really is just kind of tastes like puke.
The only Hershey candy bar I eat is a Fifth Avenue, and I'm not even sure if that's still if that's Hershey or not. I think that's Hershey.
I tried to find a Clark bar the other day, and I couldn't find one. I found Clark cups.
Well, you know that company went out of business. So Necco, which is North New England's confectionery co, went out of business, and somebody else bought that brand up. So yeah, they still make Clark bars, but they are not. I mean, they still make Clark, but they make them in cup form, like you said. I don't even know if they still make the bars.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but those Clark cups are Clark trash. They're not good. They don't even taste like the Clark bar was like almost there with the Fifth Avenue to me. Like, if I couldn't get a Clark bar, couldn't get a Fifth Avenue, I'll take a Clark bar. But it's just something about it. They made that cup too hard.
I know. I don't care for it.
PGPR is the ingredient that is in Hershey bars. Let's look at what PGPR is. PGPR.
I'm at the point in my life where, like, most of the shit that I eat that I didn't, like, make myself or wasn't, like, made, I eat it and I go, this is gross. Why am I eating this? But then I just fucking eat it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like I had that, like, you know, I used to love Taco Bell when I was younger. And now it's like whenever I eat Taco Bell, I go, this is fucking gross. Why the fuck am I eating this?
I'll not stand for that.
But then I just keep eating it anyway. It's really just a change for me over this last, like, year or two.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I don't know what it is, but it's like when I eat it now, it's like I hate myself.
I hear you. And that's you growing as a person trying to work on yourself. So that's okay
Well,
it tastes
it's that, but it's also the taste. Like, I taste it and I go, this isn't good.
To your soul.
And then there's like that part of my brain that's like, well, if you don't think it's good, stop eating it. But then I go, shut up, brain. I paid for this and it's numbing.
Shut up, dumb
and then I
brain.
finish it.
the ingredient is polyglycerol polyracinoleate. It's an emulsifier made from glycerol and fatty acids, usually from a castor bean, which tells you where your bar flavor comes from, and also soybean oil. In chocolate, compound chocolate, and similar coatings, PGPR is mainly used with another substance like lecithin to reduce viscosity. It's used at low levels and works by decreasing the friction between the solid particles, cacao, sugar, milk, in molten chocolate, reducing the yield stress so that it flows more easily, approaching the behavior of a Newtonian fluid. It can also be an emulsifier in spreads and in salad dressings, or to improve the texture of baked goods. PGPR is yellowish, viscous liquid and is strongly ileophilic. It's soluble in fats and oils and insoluble in water and ethanol. Anyway, you ever eat a Hershey bar straight up, and you're like, what is that barfy taste? That's what that is. It's that chemical right there, and I don't like it. I don't like Hershey's chocolates. And for a long time, Reese's chocolate was its own thing, and Hershey's chocolate was its own thing, even though they're owned by the same company. But I've tasted a Reese's cup recently, and it kind of has that barfy vibe too. And I'm like, God damn it, they done fucking started putting this cheap shit over here too. I hate it. Fuck Hershey's. Ruination, man.
Hershey's and that other cupcake place.
Which one?
I don't know. We don't work downtown no more.
Colossal cupcake.
I pushed it out of my brain.
Oh my gosh. All right. Box, did you wrap your tale of woe up, or you got some more, anything else you want to share with the fellas?
Oh, we went for quite a while.
Fair enough.
You'll find a treat in there when you edit this.
Man does. Gabe, man, it's on you, pimp.
I don't have any current events to talk about. I'm not appreciated in my home, but it's good to be around you fellas who actually want me around.
Hold on. Let's start this. Do your children appreciate you?
They do when I do. As soon as it turns so quickly. As soon as I do something like, "Hey, stop spitting at me! I hate you, Daddy. You're a dummy."
Wow. It sounds like...
What about the dog? Because I haven't heard her snoring at your feet this entire episode.
She's upstairs.
Oh, she turned on you too, huh?
I feed him. No loyalty to Daddy around this house. Daddy pays the bills and he cleans up the kitchen and you got the clothes and the food. But no. I want mommy. I want mommy.
I think we should just add like Dear ODP instead of Dear Mama by Tupac underneath.
You are appreciated.
You are appreciated.
But I'm not appreciated.
Maybe it's time to have a second family to see if that one just works out better.
Is there a single?
I literally cut my chances off for that.
You gotta adopt. It's gotta make it real crazy. You gotta find another lady. Y'all gotta adopt kids together, and you made a whole other family. Literally, you created a family. You can you can pick them out, but Box like, all right, that's a good breed of child. You can hand pick them.
So your solution is to start a second family.
They won't have any of your genetics, which you know is where a lot of the fucked up shit comes from because you was a wild ass child yourself.
Running wild.
I think
everything you did bad that you have done bad that you have managed to just nut into creation won't be there in these adopted children.
I don't recall spitting at my parents. I probably.
That's because they would have fucked your life up.
Are your kids part Italian?
It's a 5-year-old.
Dude, like spitting at someone is like saying "fuck you."
We explained it to him.
And legally, it's assault.
Yep. When I used to be
you gonna let your kids assault you in your own home?
When I used to be a soccer referee,
did you pay the bills in?
When I used to be a soccer referee, if somebody spit on the field, they got kicked out the game.
No, I told him. How disrespectful it was. Not to do it anymore.
All I'm saying is if you explain to the officer after they show up that your child spit at you, I feel like they'd understand and give you a pass.
Next time you got to waterboard them.
They'd be like, that kid deserved to be powerbombed through that coffee table.
Or maybe I should call the police on him, spend a little time in jail.
Goddamn right. He assaulted you.
You should grab them, waterboard them, and then look at me. I did this to you.
Waterboard them with spaghetti sauce. Come here, you little Italian motherfucker. Bloop, bloop.
You want to go night-night?
I'm going with new family.
What?
I feel like next time one of them spit at you, you should get like a water gun.
Oh yeah, you gotta treat him like a cat. Spray him. Bad child. See,
this is it's like a no-win situation because no matter what you do, like other people are going to look at you as like some sort of like abusive parent. I just like I don't see like a positive way of handling the situation. You know,
my wife thinks I yell too much already. You know.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Like, but I grew up in a yelly house though, so like my yelling is like, you know, I'm a product of conditioning.
I mean, like I hear the shit your kids be doing, man, and I be yelling too. I'm just saying, like, no offense to you or your family or any kind intended, but like your kids climbed like on the fridge and tore shit up and shoved an avocado down the sink.
They shoved avocado in the sink.
Broke your like.
Yeah, you laughed at that. They put an avocado. They smashed up an avocado and put it in the bathroom sink. I had to take the screw off the
U-bend.
The top. Yeah.
Yeah, broke multiple TVs. Like I get kids get into shit, but goddamn, like that's some hell of a lot of property damage.
They're wild.
Like most shit kids, I figured would just like grab like crayons and mark on the wall.
They do that too.
Shit, you know. Yeah, not surprised.
So,
but like an avocado down the sink, like what the fuck is going through your mind when that? Like who the fuck thinks to do that?
Don't you know people pay $20 for avocado toast? What are y'all doing?
So I guess a question I would have is, I guess you're not supposed to yell. Are you supposed to try to talk them out of it?
Please don't put avocados down the sink. Avocado oils are full of nutrients.
It's already happened, so yelling is just compounding the situation. I don't look.
It feels like they're holding you hostage. Like seriously, like they just get to decide the terms, and then like you're an asshole if you respond.
Yes, pretty much.
I hadn't considered that. Wow.
That seems like such a raw deal. I don't know why you do it.
Guys, he gets snuggles and gets to love his family and shit.
That's true. There's a lot of positive that comes with the kids.
Answer me this. As a man who has no children.
Yes.
Is that shit really does that shit really take away all the hours of agony? Like one 20-minute hug nap, does that really ease the pain of hours of just insanity?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of snuggles, I guess, because it really does. Like when I'm holding them, I'm really, it's pure bliss.
Just like a Yelp review, that's how families are. Like, yes, like the bullshit always stands out in our head. Yes, she forgot the syrup when I was almost done eating my pancakes, but my home fries was good. Everything else you do tend to forget, your son did something fucked up. But what about the other 7 hours where he didn't do nothing fucked up? Where y'all were up doing other things. Like the bad stuff always is the shit you tell your friends, like, man, my kid threw an avocado in the sink today, but he drew me a picture.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but
he does a lot of nice.
Yeah. I know you feel underappreciated today, but most of the day, I'm sure everything else was at least okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing together. And they told me I'm the best. Like, you're the best daddy.
Yeah, I don't believe in my kids when they say that kind of stuff. I'm all right. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's like, you only like me because of this moment currently.
That's the same thing I told to someone at work yesterday. When they were like, "Oh, you're the best," I was like, "Nah, I'm alright."
That is my constant response to that. I need to be better about taking compliments.
I was about
I'm
to
just
say
not
that.
there yet. So,
well, I'm just like, you're just saying that because I just did this thing for you. I'm like, I'm sure you say this shit to all the people who do this shit for you.
You say that shit to all the hoes.
Yeah, it's like, I know I'm not special. You say that to all the bitches.
You my number one, baby. I choose you, babe.
You told me you were only leaving tips on my OnlyFans, but your credit card statement says otherwise.
Oh, no.
Try to modernize it,
Oh, sir. Oh, how I love you. Man, I'm sorry you feel underappreciated today. May tomorrow be a better day.
Do something. Do something for yourself, Gabe. Do something for you that they can't do for you. Like, treat yourself a little bit.
You don't do enough of.
Yeah, I don't appreciate myself, I guess. Maybe that's why no one appreciates me. Yeah.
I get it.
Wow, we're just breaking it down, and I didn't even have to pay a copay for this.
I mean, we your miss, you know what I'm saying? We're here for you to try to,
you give me solutions. You don't ask me, like, well, what do you think of that? Well, what do you think of that? I mean, what do you think that signifies?
Well, I already know what you think, and I already know its significance. Now I need to help you along here. So, new family that you adopt children of, so therefore it's not your genetic fault. That's one option. I'm not saying it's the option, but it's an option.
Yeah, like I've heard plenty of stories about people having a second family. Like let's not mark it off the list yet. Let's just keep it near the bottom of potential options.
Plus, we came with a whole new twist on it by adopting children with another woman. I think that's dope. I think we've done something new with it. You know what I'm saying? We put a whole new
she got to be a blonde or a redhead. She can't be like your wife at all.
Oh yeah, you gotta go all the way different.
I'm not huge on blondes.
I mean,
see, that's the thing, though. Gabe, that's what I'm talking about right there, brother. You trying to naysay what we telling you. Maybe that's been the problem the whole time. Like, I don't like blind this, blind that. Maybe that's why everything went wrong. Get a blonde this time. Get a redhead. Maybe that fiery personality will match yours. She's like, yeah, yell at them fucking kids. They fucking up. You should have got a redhead wife who'd be like, I'll embrace your yelling. Them kids fucking up.
Yes, she definitely doesn't embrace the yelling.
There we go.
And,
we solving shit left and right, man.
And I didn't clean the thing when I was supposed to clean it, but I'm sorry. It got cleaned.
That is
your redhead wife wouldn't say that.
No. That is an actual regular place battle in my life. And I'm just like, bruh, it got clean when it got clean. That's just what it is.
You know.
I hate that bullshit where if it's not on their time that it's like then they're unhappy. I'm like, bruh, it got done, and that's all you wanted, really. So at that point you just want to be mad to be mad. It's a waste of mad. Use that mad on some real fucked up shit, not the fact that I didn't do it in your time, that in my time. Just, come on, man.
I learned
10 days you're gonna find out what it's like to not have somebody to say, hey, could you step away from the desk and give me a hand here? I'm not going to be at that desk pretty soon.
So you back in the office soon?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting called back in. Full time.
I kind of feel like that
return to normal,
it used to be a problem in my past, like expecting people to do things the way I would do them. Like, if you ask me to do something, I try to do it right then and there, because that's kind of how I would want to do it. And I had to stop thinking like, people aren't going to do things at the level I would want to do them. Sometimes that's a problem. Sometimes it isn't. And like, if I feel like I want something done in a certain amount of time, I do it myself. Because you can't expect people to want to do things the way you do them, how you do them, and the time you would do them in. Just doesn't work. Don't set yourself up for that failure.
Fuck with it.
Yeah, well, the speed at which I do things is a big contention in our house. I'm not as quick as I'm expected to be, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with redheads and blondes, Gabe.
These bitches want Nikes.
Just think of how well it worked out for Woody Allen.
What are you talking about?
Didn't he adopt a daughter?
Okay.
Who then became his wife?
I watched the documentary. Him and Mia Farrow were never married. One.
Oh, they weren't. I didn't know that.
They were together.
Is that the name of the daughter?
No, that's the mother. They were together for 12 years, never married.
I like that. Keep your options open. I like what he's doing there.
That was only her daughter. She was adopted, and this is all under what Mia Farrow said. She was adopted at an older age, and she had to do they had to do like a intense therapy to get them to bond, which Mia Farrow feels like they never did. And that was never Woody's daughter, and it was that dude was weird, man.
He sure made a lot of movies about like older men hooking up with younger women.
Yes. Right when I guess when Soon Yi was turning 17 is when Manhattan came out. And was it around the same time? No, it wasn't. That was way before then. But anyway, a movie Manhattan came out with the Hemingway girl where he was dating a 17-year-old in the movie.
That's a little fucked up.
Oh man, like I just can't believe that like this dude is just still out here walking free.
I mean, R. Kelly went free for a long time.
Yeah, Woody will get his.
At least he was like brought to trial, like he was going through a trial, like.
But like, wait, what did Woody Allen actually do that was considered illegal?
Like he molested his younger daughter, who was like 6.
Okay, I could see that being illegal.
Yeah. Not that that's a joke, but yeah. And what was like real messed up about it, like Mia Farrow was like the only one that stood by that daughter. Even like the brother who's advocating for her now didn't advocate for her back then. It was just like, what the fuck is you doing? Dad would never have done that to you. Like,
but he was young and dumb too at that point.
Yes,
right?
Yeah. You stick by your dad, or you don't know better.
Yeah,
this got uncomfortable. Let me tell a funny anecdote. That has nothing to do with shit. But all right, and maybe I can get your guys' if you had similar reactions in any type of situation like this. Did I ever tell the story? How about I think it was on the 4th of July. I was taking a friend from out of town to go to Melt.
No,
that story sounds familiar.
No, I would love to hear it though.
All right, I was hyping up Melt because he's never had it, and I said, "This is so good. You're gonna love this. It's grilled cheese sandwiches, but they're so good." And I take him there, and we go there, and I guess because it was 4th of July, they were particularly busy, and they said, "We're out of bread." And my reaction was like, "Yeah, exactly. That's my reaction too." I was like, "You guys are out of bread," and he said he was kind of embarrassed because it's like he reacted. He said, "You reacted the same way if somebody said." He killed him.
You killed him.
Damn near wrecked him.
Wrecked him. Shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
near killed him. It's free.
Like, what kind of reaction am I? What am I supposed to have? You have a picture of a sandwich in your logo. How the fuck do you run out of bread? Yeah. Why are you still open at that point?
They still serve alcohol.
Why? What am I going to eat with that alcohol?
Wings. Tofu wings.
Yeah, wings,
poutine.
I believe. Trust me, I'm with you. I was like, that be me walking to IHOP and they were we out of pancakes, nigga.
Exactly.
What? Was that the day that they invented the double down? We was like, we just gonna take 2 pieces of chicken and we gonna use it as bread.
This is like that Popeyes news report from like 10 years ago from New York, where it's like, this Popeyes ran out of chicken on the
that Tuesday special.
That 2 special, yeah. What do you mean they don't got any chicken? They don't got any chicken, or they out?
Yeah.
I remember saying it like, "You're out of bread," and she responded all meekly like, "We still have quesadillas and salads," like she was afraid of me or something.
Like, bitch, I'm gonna go buy a loaf and I'm gonna be back, and you gonna make it the same.
I totally understand what you're saying, Gabe. Like when you put that, maybe this is another part of it. Like you put that experience on a pedestal, and then you brought your friend there, and it's like, God damn, like
This is how I feel every time I tell Anthony about somewhere I went, and then he goes there. I'm sweating bullets like a motherfucker, waiting on that Yelp review to come in.
Well,
I feel like I put my reputation on the line every time I say something.
I mean, I felt like an asshole. I talked about this great place, and they run out of bread on and he was, I mean, and I guess my reaction like took him out of that whole thing. Like, oh man, he was more concerned about it. Is like, I can't believe you reacted like that kind of thing. Like, but you got a sandwich in your logo. How the fuck do you run out of bread?
It's literally what you're known for. Like, the one thing I expect you to have is bread and cheese better always be up in there. Always. You run out of chicken? Sure, I can kind of understand it.
it's gonna be a 15-minute wait on that bread, brother. You gonna pull up?
But bread and cheese in a place that specializes in grilled cheese, never, ever run out of that shit. I have expectations and you have defied them. Fuck off. That's like that almost break my relationship with the restaurant going forward. I don't think I can go back.
I have been back since, but like that was
I
like
trust as much. You were really, but you were taking it back, right?
Oh, I mean,
They've been on a steady decline these last few years, I would say.
that's what happens when you expand. It's hard to keep up the quality.
Well, it's not necessarily the quality that's bad. It's that like you used to get like a sandwich and fries with like coleslaw for like $12 to $14 depending on what it was.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get like a sandwich and like half an order of fries for like $16 and with no coleslaw.
Yeah, they got rid of the coleslaw.
It's like the amount of shit that you're getting is going down while the price is continuing to rise, which I know is like normal like restaurant inflation. But like when you were already kind of like on the fringe of like this place is too fucking expensive for what it is, and over the last couple of years you've just made that gap worse. Like I used to go there like a couple times like a year. Like I have eaten melt twice maybe in the last 4 years.
Yeah, pretty much here too.
Actually, I take that back. I've had it 4 times in the last 4 years, but 2 of those were bought by work. I didn't make a choice to go there. They procured it for me. Twice I have, on my own volition, gotten melt in the last 4 years.
Oh my gosh, my kids love it. So whenever it comes up and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want some melt," I'm like, "Yeah, sure thing, I can make that happen." And often when Vanessa's friends come in from Washington, they live in Washington. Her friends, her best friend, one of her best friends from childhood comes through, and they love going. So every like January, except for this one, which of course they couldn't come to town. We go to melt out there, and we went to the one here before, but now we go to the one out in Avon, as it's a little middle distance from where they stay it out that way, and they got a baby now. Well, just at this point, a toddler now.
Well, like part of it, I think, is because it was like on the Travel Channel on like Man vs. Food back in the day, and then there are places in the country that do grilled cheese kind of like this does to some degree, but not. I don't think to the level that they do it here.
Like vegan options and shit like that. I would never expected it to be a...
Yeah, like, and like some of the stuff on the menu, like, it's just the speciality of it for what they offer compared to other places outside of the, I would guess, well, it goes down to Columbus, but I would still call it Northeast Ohio area. So it is still special in that regard. But for those of us here, it's like we've been here for so long that like melt, it's a part of the culture, but it's like, it's kind of like how I feel about like Slyman. It's like, I mean, it's just corned beef. You know, it's just fancy grilled cheese, whatever.
Another place. Yeah, that reminded me about another funny restaurant story. We used to go to this place when we were in college, and I used to go visit my friend down at OU. And they had this place called DP Zone, DP Dough.
I've heard DP Dough.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is.
It's good calzones. It was good for a while, and then like the last couple of times we ordered it, we were disappointed. But like one time the delivery guy comes. I don't even know why I'm telling these random stories. It's just that I'm trying to get away from the Woody Allen shit. All right, and we'll appreciate this. All right, so
Yes.
the delivery guy comes with the calzones. I don't know what sparked it or made him think this was okay to say to us. He's like, oh, thanks, and here's your tip or something, whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, I appreciate that. I've been driving around on mushrooms all day, and it makes the job hard. I haven't got any sleep. Like, okay, thank you, delivery guy. Don't kill anybody while you're out there. Jesus Christ.
I think you should have tipped him more of the fact that he actually brought you your calzones while high on mushrooms.
I don't know.
That's quite the feat.
What's the side effect of mushrooms? Can you drive on mushrooms?
I don't know.
It's a mild psychedelic. So
yeah, I thought it was like kind of like a hallucinogen.
Oh, so
he probably thought you were white.
I should have gave him a few leaves and told him that. We should have tipped him and paid him a Monopoly money then if I knew he was high on mushrooms.
No,
like, no, that's real money. Trust us.
Oh my God! Don't do that. Don't be that
things.
person.
Did you used to watch that show? I'm seeing things I've never seen. I'm seeing things. I'm guessing.
What is that?
It was a show. It used to come on 23.
All right. Well, those were random food stories by the real ODP, Mr. Unappreciated.
Mr. Unappreciated himself.
You are appreciated.
When he shaves his head, he's Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Gabe, don't you know we love you, sweet Gabe? You are appreciated.
He's no one above. You are appreciated.
Sweet Gabe. Don't you pour some liquor in a reminisce.
Well, and it's funny too because like it's just last night where she needed some headphones and I'm all settled in bed and comfortable and she's like, I need some headphones. What?
You can't do it.
Speaking real loud and free for a man who's not
No,
home.
that's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just because you're willing to go that extra mile, it's not always a two-way street. And
she ordered the walk.
And it's not about them not loving you, and it's not about I guess unfairness to them, but it's not a two-way street. It just isn't.
Y'all speaking two different love languages.
Yes.
All I said to her was like, okay, I'm gonna go out and get these headphones from Walgreens, even though I don't want to. I want you to remember I do these things next time you get mad at me. And she says it doesn't work like that. Like, well, why not? Why not?
It doesn't work like that because it just doesn't.
We live in an imperfect world where there is no equality. Equality is a dream that doesn't really exist. So no matter how much people clamor for it, they'll never truly have it. So you either have to accept the world you're in, or decide if you want to spend your life kicking and screaming and fighting your way to something different and or better.
I just want you to remember I got my ass out of bed to go get your headphones late at night. Next time I forget to take out the trash. I didn't say like okay.
I can go fuck a hoe now that I bought your headphones. No,
I got your headphones. Like, all right, it's time for threesomes. But like,
yeah, you're reminding me of like the shit I've been hearing the last couple of days because I saw. All right, so there's been some memes and stuff floating around of some black dude like sitting next to his wife. I guess like he cheated or something.
Oh, I don't
even know what that actually is. I've seen the pictures. I don't know what the situation is. I haven't looked into it or delved into it.
I'm very proud of the fact that I don't know who the fuck that person is. But from what I've gleaned from social media is he cheated on his wife and then forced her to do a like video with him where he confesses or something. I mean, am I wrong, Anthony? You're shaking your head like I'm
not
wrong.
shaking my head that you're wrong. I'm just saying you can't force a black woman to do shit. So I'm just gonna put that out there now.
But
that's impossible.
So that popped up, and then I was watching a IG live of that like sex counselor lady I follow. She was doing like a little like.
What, your auntie?
I don't know.
Your aunt,
What?
the sex counselor?
No. This is a black lady.
Oh.
A black auntie?
She's like a relationship counselor. I mean, maybe distant. I don't know. But no, she was on there talking about that. But then she was talking about some internet famous black dude who does like a relationship show or something. And they were saying that he was talking like he expects women, like he talks to women like they owe him pussy. And then I saw somebody else talking about that dude we follow on IG that does the OnlyFans reviews.
Yeah.
He was talking about it. I want to say the guy's name was like Ricky something.
His name is like Jack Zan or something like that, but they're all talking about the same person.
Well, because then she started talking about some other dude who does like a relationship show. Kevin Samuels. They were saying Kevin Samuels talks to women like he's like they owe him pussy or something.
That's
And
the slender black older dude with the glasses, right?
Is he the one that does like the relationship hotline thing?
I'm gonna tell you this, Dan. I stay away from that part of black Twitter, the black internet. That's the corner I don't go into at all.
Yeah, like it's been bleeding over into my timeline these last couple days because like I never heard of these people before, but then like this morning I saw like a video clip that got put into my Twitter timeline where it was a dude. I want to say it was that Kevin Samuels guy, and he was talking to a woman, and she said that she was like 220, 5'8" and 220. And he told her that she was built like an NFL running back, and no man was gonna want her because of that.
She just said. Did she just say like?
Yeah. Okay. It was Kevin Samuels. It's a 40-second clip.
220. I weigh 210 and I'm 6'4". You broke the first rule. See, you ladies don't mind breaking the rules. The men are visual. The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. Y'all don't mind being the size of, I'm sorry, you're 5'8"?
I'm 5'8".
You're about the size of Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders was.
Oh God!
You're running back size.
Okay.
You can hit the A gap like a motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. I accept.
So don't come in here talk about what men should not be able to do when they got to accept somebody who can run out the power I.
Damn.
So while that was real disrespectful, it was still
Yes,
very funny.
it was very funny.
Disrespectful
but it was
can
very
be funny.
disrespectful. Like that dude is essentially negging her. No one that if he seen her in real life, he would try to pipe out. I don't get why women. It just seems like whenever I see anything about relationships on the internet, like no matter really what it is, I just don't get it. Like obviously I'm just a different kind of person because I don't understand why anybody is listening to anything that somebody has to say on the internet to begin with. But second, like,
Except our show.
yeah, but we don't give relationship advice. I mean,
except to Gabe.
I don't give Gabe relationship advice. If Gabe listen to me and go hook up with a redhead,
Oh, it's not good advice. It's terrible advice, but we do give it.
I don't. I'm gonna say right now. I
did get those headphones.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Make sure you put her some headphones in the Easter basket. Now that's when it come in the clutch. Like, get her a good pair. Matter of fact, get her Easter basket. Get her some headphones. Get her some slippers, some good ones. That's above $20. Get her some new PJs and some like a candle.
And get her the Book of Mormon.
The video?
No, just the book.
No.
But yeah, make her an Easter basket too if you're gonna make the kids one.
And see, again, we only give advice to Gabe.
Yeah. Although, if you're out there, A nice PJ Easter basket.
It's all to the good.
Might be something your SO likes.
So,
And don't yell at people. And you can yell at. So, all right, let's sum up my segment. You can yell at people for running out of bread at a sandwich place. You should tip your delivery driver enough so he feels comfortable telling you he's on mushrooms and hasn't slept for a week. And headphones will not garner you goodwill with your woman enough to get a redhead on the side.
Headphones are like babies. Neither one will save a relationship.
well, the sky just opened up and it is dumping in my neck of the woods. So let's
That what that sound
yeah, it's
is.
real bad over here.
let's
Yeah.
knock
It's tapping on my house
let's
now.
knock a show out before the internet try to leave me.
Should I go
right.
outside with a bar and a bar of soap right now?
Each week, we head to these Reddit streets and visit the subreddit known as Am I the Asshole? We pull some stories. I offer them up for favor to my gentleman friend here, and they decide which of these is worth a damn. Let me tell you something. I don't go back and read these other ones. If these motherfuckers didn't pick them, I close the window and we keep it moving. That's how it goes down. We start with this one. Am I the asshole for not liking up my meds before my nephews came over? Only reason I want to put that one on offer is this man is 23, his nephews are 14 and 12.
Grandma was still fucking.
Am I the asshole for being mad my mom used my son's social security number for a savings account? Am I the asshole for stopping going out to eat with a friend because she's always broke? Am I the asshole for blocking my brother-in-law and his wife so they didn't have to see our baby pictures? Am I the asshole for leaving home after my husband hid my daughter's dad's voice message? Am I the asshole for refusing to be my family's IT girl anymore?
That's petty.
I've been there.
Oops.
Am I the asshole for suggesting a prenup to my sister-in-law? Am I the asshole for adopting a dog an acquaintance also wanted?
That's good.
So those are they.
That one feels like it's got some petty behind it.
He just swept up and took that dog.
Then let us begin there.
At least he didn't jack her in the face. I mean, well, we don't know yet, but like...
Am I the asshole for adopting a dog an acquaintance also wanted? My husband and I live in a small town, and we both grew up and returned to about 10 years ago to raise our kids. We have 2 dogs of a very specific breed who were raised on our large piece of acreage. We know the breed well, and we're thinking of getting a puppy. But just happened upon a local rescue, just happened upon a local rescue who had a 1-year-old of this very breed. I commented on the Facebook post tagging my husband, and he replied that we should apply. Shortly after the comment exchange, I received a private message from a woman I went to high school with. Let's call her B. B and I were friendly in high school, but not close. We have seen each other a few times at local events, but I would not say we are friends now. The message said that she had seen our comments on the post for the dog and asked that we please consider not putting forward an application to adopt him. She said the pandemic has been very rough on her family, and they had been trying to buy or adopt a dog for months, but kept getting turned down or passed over. I responded saying I understood that the pandemic has been hard, that I know dog rescues are seeing a very high volume of applicants, and probed a bit to see why they were passed over. She said it was because they never owned a dog and lived in town without much of a yard. Again, I sympathize, but let her know that perhaps this dog was not the best start for them. Also, they have young kids. Ours are now teenagers. As they are a large breed known to prefer living in packs and require a lot of room, I told her we would be applying and that I hoped her family found their perfect dog. We applied, interviewed, and we got the dog. He's laying at my feet right now. The rescue said we were exactly what they were looking for, and though he has only been here a few weeks, he is fitting right in with his older dog siblings and our kids. A few days ago, I posted a video of all 3 dogs running around our backfield, having a blast. B immediately commented saying, "Is that Bingo? Not his real name." She dead named that dog. When we were told we didn't get him, I knew it was you and that you stole him.
Oh.
Honestly, I thought it was a joke. I didn't respond. Since then, she has PM'd me 11 times. Strings of texts about how I destroyed her family's hope. She has sent photos of her kids crying. She has accused me of bribing the rescue. She then pivoted to saying that if we give them the dog now, she won't post to the world that we stole her dog. She has even offered to take one of our older dogs. I politely responded that if she has any questions about the adoption process, I suggest she contact that rescue, and then I blocked her. And now I'm wondering if maybe I was an asshole here. Should we have just stepped aside? I don't think I am, and I also don't think they would have gotten the dog, even if we hadn't applied. But I am an anxious person and do care what people think. So I'm worried what this woman might say about us.
She did
Let's say no, not the asshole.
She sound petty because like that sound like some old bitter text I would have heard my friend reading to me back in the early 2000s. Like, that's right, and he's sitting beside me right now. Like, why did that detail have to be in there? You knew you was being petty. You know it. Like, yeah, you meant well. I mean, like you had all the rights to that dog, but it's kind of like when you knew you was the one that rightly had that parking spot, but you just take your time and park backwards and shit. You didn't know you have to do all that. Just get in the parking spot and move on with your life, man. Asshole.
Not the asshole for adopting the dog. Is the asshole for like, I have all this acreage and I have these large breeds and I know what the fuck I'm doing and you're shitty and live in the city and fuck you for wanting a dog. That shit is what makes her an asshole. It's like adopting the dog and blocking this woman. No, that didn't make an asshole. I would have blocked that bitch too.
Yeah, it's all.
But it's all that extra.
It's all
that
Deion
extra spice she
Sanders.
put
It's
on.
all the Deion Sanders getting into
that.
Yeah, the lady hit the A gap. Out of the power eye.
I'm about to say out of the I formation, you know what I'm saying? So, there's a reason why, yes, you feel like you're an asshole because you're a fucking asshole. And that's easy enough for me, at least.
Why? Why am I the only one who doesn't think she's an asshole?
Because you got a bunch of dogs.
Weird about that kind of shit. You over here thinking you over here thinking of this dog's well-being. Fuck that. You're focusing on the wrong part of the issue. That's why.
She did stun a little bit. Like, yeah, it's right at my feet.
Yeah,
that is exactly where the asshole part comes in at. Like,
look at the video of them playing.
Yeah, her actions of adopting the dog may not be an asshole, but the way she's framing it in the story makes her appear to be an asshole.
Oh my gosh, fuck that bitch.
That other lady, though, holy shit, that's a psycho killer.
Oh,
bruh, yeah. She gonna come and stab that dog in the night.
Yeah.
If I can't have him, nobody can.
Give me that dog, or I'll tell the world about you.
Is she gonna have a knife? B-I-N-G-O.
I'm gonna do this. I just caught a glance of a word in this medicine story that I already had an affinity towards. So now I really want to read it. So let's get this bitch right quick. Am I the asshole for not locking up my meds before my nephews came over? All right, so I, 23 male, have two nephews, 14 and 12. They're at my place pretty regularly. I babysit at least once a week, and they sleep over at least once a month. I love those little fuckers and have no problems babysitting them. But I don't go out of my way to make my apartment kid-proof. Kids-proof.
12 and 14.
I mean, they're 14 and 12. I didn't think I'd have to do anything besides lock up my liquor, which I do. One thing that I never put away are my meds. It's not like it's painkillers or anything. My body just doesn't produce enough testosterone naturally, so I have to put on testosterone gel every morning. I keep the bottle in my bathroom because I put it on put it on after my morning showers, and don't forget it as easily when it's in plain sight. My nephews had seen it a year ago when I started needing it and asked me about it, and I explained to them, and it never came up again. My sister went through my older nephew's phone yesterday because of some issues they had at home, and he was apparently bragging to one of his friends how he put on some of my testosterone the last few times he was over.
Oh wow!
And now his voice will get deeper, and how his voice will get deeper now, and now he'll put on muscles because of that. I guess he's been insecure about being somewhat of a late bloomer, but like absolutely in the norm for a 14-year-old. His friends were just a little further along in puberty. And though stealing some of my tea would help him develop fast, and thought stealing some of my tea would help him develop faster. My sister is very angry at me and thinks I should have put the testosterone in my cabinet with my liquor. I think that's bullshit. The boy's 14 and should know better than to steal someone's meds, especially because I explained to them how important balanced hormone levels are, and how I have to be careful not to transfer any of the gel onto other people back when they asked me about the bottle. So he knew what he was doing was dangerous and a bullshit idea. Now that I know what he's done, I will of course put it away, but I don't think that it's wrong for not doing that in the first place. But my sister says I should have known that testosterone would be tempting for a boy his age and should have been more careful. I'm not entirely sure who's in the right, so am I the asshole for not putting the testosterone away before my nephews came over?
I don't know. Was he stunting on them too? Like, look at my testosterone gel. You can't have any of this, bitches. Oh.
Yeah, that's the asshole.
Vanessa's nephew slept at my house the night before last. So he was over here the night before last. And all my medication sits over there next to the microwave. I believe he is 12. I'm not putting my medication away for a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old or anybody above a certain age. Because if they don't know better, they don't know better. This person is not an asshole.
No,
his sister is angry, probably a little shocked or taken aback by her son's behavior, and it's like, I gotta pin it on somebody. So she's like, fuck it must be your fault. Because a lot of parents do that shit. They'll pin it on anybody but themselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your kids is bad. Bitch, your kids is bad. You should be yelling at them. He stole his uncle's medicine. What if that was his heart pills or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. His Adderall, because he needed it.
Did the testosterone work for the kid?
Well, he did need his testosterone.
Did the kid get jacked?
But, I guess he only took it like the last couple times he's been over there, and that's not how that actually works. But still,
he need another cycle and another injection.
Let me find that uncle that has the gel that makes your penis grow bigger.
Look, buddy.
Oh my god!
It's fucking right, I'm a doctor.
It's not pills, it's a salve.
It's a salve. Oh my god! Fuck that sister. Some bullshit. Let me see if I can see any comments that are worth my while. What would she do if the kid took opioids out of someone's medicine cabinet in the bathroom? Ask them to put it under lock and key? Yeah, she probably would. There are a lot of people that have that expectation with opioids. Frankly, people should keep them locked.
Yeah, they should. That would agree.
Keep them locked up where other people are over. Not because they'd be at fault if someone stole them, but because so many assholes do steal them, and you're SOL on getting a refill early. Trying for an early refill can be considered a sign of drug-seeking behavior, and claiming they were stolen is not considered a valid defense. The sister is definitely the asshole, though, is what that particular bit of commentary says.
It took the long way to get there, but okay.
I think they were responding to somebody else, so that's how we got through that. That's how we took that circuitous route. Yeah, the other ones or whatever, man. Know that dude's mom should not have used a Social Security number to open a savings account. Long story short, I had a baby in February. There were complications with his birth, and he's been in a NICU for 5 weeks from the day he was born. He's set to go home Monday, finally, and my mom just told me his Social Security number arrived, and she already set up a bank account with it.
Oh.
The problem is I told her not to do that, very specifically. I remember because I was in labor when she said she wanted to do it, and it pissed me off to the point I was able to get angry text through contractions. I told her very explicitly to 1, do not open an envelope for social services containing Social Security numbers. 2, do not use the Social Security number to set up any type of banking account. I'm his mother. I should be the one making that decision, and it should be attached to my name, not hers. Yeah, your mama a fucking asshole.
Well, because you specifically told him.
Yeah, that's it's always that. It's like you've been You've been given a line and you was like, fuck it, I'm crossing it.
Yeah, I kind of think like people second guess it because just because you mean well doesn't mean you're not an asshole.
Right.
Like
The road to hell.
yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's like yes, you're trying to do something positive, but I asked you not to do it.
I would say my step grandmother falls into that kind of category where like she is trying to be controlling because she thinks it's for the best, but it really is just coming off as fucking annoying and invasive.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But that's just my perspective, you know?
But
I'm just the one who wasn't supposed to be at Christmas because of COVID.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
We do.
What's my name?
If you want it, you get it, you got it. That's what y'all niggas want.
Well, that was a mighty big lightning flash.
Yeah, well, that's the show, people. Let's get out of here before, the world collapses about us. Housekeeping.
Just have a moment of silence for Chrissy Teigen's Twitter account.
I like Chrissy Teigen, and I've been fine with her. I don't know if...
No, she shut it down. She closed.
I don't personally think I'm going to miss her on Twitter because I follow her on Instagram, and she does Instagram pretty well. And she has a YouTube channel, too, so I can get my Chrissy up from other locations. But it is sad that it's come to that point for her. But it came to that point for me with Facebook. Sometimes you got to be like, nah, son, that shit and be all right.
So why did she leave? Because she just tired of bullies.
She says it just doesn't make her happy anymore. She says the happiness she used to get from it is just not coming from it anymore, and it's like it's been like that since she lost that baby and so forth. And so get the fuck out of there. It's good for you. If it's fucking with your brain like that, then you are probably better to leave it behind. I respect it. So R.I.P. Chrissy Teigen's Twitter account.
Yeah, shit. I'm almost 16 months Facebook sober now.
off the sauce.
You get a pin for that?
But we know how we roll. Housekeeping, please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. Go follow us on YouTube. Seriously, that's the main thing I want you to take from this. Go subscribe to our channel on YouTube and just go like a bunch of videos. I'm not saying you have to watch all the videos. I'm just saying go do the bare minimum of subscribing to the channel and liking a bunch of videos. Please and thank you. Go follow our Twitch channel. And of course, follow us on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I shout out the Twitter enough. That's at Skimpod, SKIMPOD. And for sure, like I said, give us a follow over there. You know what I'm saying? If you would like to support the show financially and have a few bucks to toss our way, you can join our Patreon, where members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. We also have merch available over at tpublic.com/user/stays, Crunchy and Milk, all one word. And feel free to give us a call, 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8POD. We'd certainly love to hear from you. That was your show, people. That was a Stays, Crunchy Milk episode 389. Man, we are within spitting distance of 400. I'm kind of hype off of that. I like that a great deal. So
I am often too hype when Kid Player's on the mic.
I mean, as one should be. That's Tatum 216.
Yep.
It's Lunchbox 2099. I saw a cool ass thing that I'm a cop for Lunchbox 2099. I don't know when he'll receive it though. I might say that bitch till Christmas. But anyway.
Hopefully it's an OnlyFans subscription.
Can you gift those?
I wish.
Should be able to.
Apparently,
where there's a will, there's probably a way.
They're changing their terms of service and are claiming ownership of the things people post on that site.
Oh.
A site that they pay them to use when you think about it. And I'm like, that's shady as shit. So when the great OnlyFans exodus happens sooner than later,
sounds like we have a business opportunity.
Yeah.
You will know why.
Start up solely.
That's not Ninja Turtles. That's that
What's
ass.
another word for fans?
We just go
solely fanatics. Solely fanatics.
You take it the long. Solely fanatics. That's I was about to say.
I likey.com taken. Them titties.com.
These matters. That's the real ODP.
Them titties.
Yeah, hey, I am.
Hit him up on Twitter and let him know how much you appreciate him.
Gabe.
I certainly do.
Or you can make fun of my mask in my Abby, or make fun of the fact that I use Latinx in my bio. That's what I get a lot lately.
I think you should.
I am the Tay-Rail 713. You have just been podcasting. I
You
know
should
you
write a
loved
diss
it.
song to all the Twitter haters, Gabe. I want to see you do it. I am white.
Peace.
I am a fucking bum. I do live in a trailer with my moms. I do got a friend named Cheddar Bob. I did get jumped by all 6 of these chumps. And I still say fuck the world.
I didn't know that was...
What?
I didn't know that was Falcon until watching Hot Ones last week.
I bet... Like,
I ain't seen that movie in so long,
the crazy
man.
part is, I always think of him as Papa Doc in every movie in my head. It's like, well, Papa Doc went to school and then he became Falcon when he was in the army. Like, I think of him as Papa Doc all the time. And including like the dude that played like Cheddar Bob, thinking him like when he in other movies when he was in Jarhead. Like, what is Cheddar Bob doing in the army? Yep.
That's how you gotta get out the D.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.